Hello, hello. You guys hear me okay? Let me know if you hear like a weird echo. What's up, Frank? Miss Persevere, Vanessa, Plum Crazy, Frank Meister, Rob Lee, Melissa, what is up? Thank you. Appreciate the feedback. What's up, Miss Thang? Hey, D. Good to see you. Hey, Stacy. Happy Saturday. Hello, Patricia. Yeah, we'll get going here in just a few. Hunting Eagle, True Crime Investigates. Hello. Silent Susie, good to see you. Zen Monkey, hello. Mama Firefly, hello. Good to see you. Carol, good to see you. RR. Hey, Blind. Welcome back to another Sleuth Intuition Live. This is my YouTube channel, Sleuth Intuition. Most people just call me Sleuth. Today, I'm going to kind of show you what I was watching this morning, kind of take you down the little trip through, I wouldn't really call it a rabbit hole. It was more of kind of, I was more mystified by why nobody was really talking about what the prosecutor said. Why was nobody talking about this other person that could be involved? Do we not buy it? Do we forget about it? Is it just not viable? Hey, Abby's grandma. Good to see you. Getaway driver. Carol Stanhope says a getaway driver waiting in the shadow seems likely.
Of two Delphi.
So we're going to kind of we're going to stop at every point that they make. We're going to go over it all three. Yeah, it looks like I pulled about 3 videos. They're about 4 to 5 minutes each. All the same topic. They're just talking about the prosecutor, McClellan, and the words that he was saying, and how the defense is, they're basically like, we don't see anything that backs this up whatsoever. So now that they've had a chance for some discovery, I'm sure that if media was to request another interview, they might be saying something different. Because in that same sentence, he said he was only about 7 days in to the investigation itself, or his knowledge is anyway, was only 7 days. His knowledge of the case. That's a good point. Miss Thang says it may be somebody who appears out of nowhere, just like RA. And it always brings me back to the probable cause affidavit where they talk about him just kind of hanging out at the front of the bridge. I wonder if he was just waiting for everybody to kind of clear out of there, and then he was going to kind of cross it as quickly as he can to kind of hide back there. Maybe somebody was already back there, I think, waiting for him. Maybe there was another person. What's up, Joseph? What's up, Tommy? How you doing?
Indiana girls.
One suspect, Richard Allen, is being held, but prosecutors for the very first time are admitting that someone else might be involved in the murders of Libby German and Abby Williams.
Former FBI agent Ross Rice is with us this morning to help us analyze and better understand the case. Ross, good morning to you. Thanks for being with us. I want to start here with prosecutors wanting to keep the affidavit sealed. Now, normally, they explain why someone was arrested. Walk us through how could unsealing an affidavit compromise a case like this?
Well, that's a great question, Terrence, and I don't think we'll know the answer to that unless or until the affidavit is.
Joseph B says, I still think it was a botched abduction because those girls fucked up his plans. Yeah, very well could be. Could have spoiled everything for him. I mean, why are they trying to go down the hill? Just because it's a little more secluded? Why go down there?
Unsealed. They obviously have someone or multiple people that they think might have knowledge or involvement in the case, whether it was in planning the murders, helping Richard Allen after the fact. In any case, those individuals will be criminally culpable. It's just a question of who they are and what the evidence is against them. I find it kind of unusual that they would make that request at this point in time. They obviously have enough evidence to charge Allen and go forward with the trial.
Hey, Willow.
I just can't envision what the issue would be in maintaining the secrecy at this point.
Speaking of secrecy, let's talk about this, Ross. So there's been a lot of surprises about this case. We didn't know Richard Allen had been arrested until days later, and he even had a court appearance before it was made public. So how unusual is this type of secrecy, and how much of a burden do you think it is on prosecutors to prove that's necessary to protect their case?
Yeah, and keep in mind the probable cause for arrest reads more like a probable cause for a search warrant. So it's almost like they had enough prior to that, probably to arrest him, but they don't have to put everything into the probable cause affidavit, especially if the judge says, okay, I agree with you. This may hinder your chances for catching this other person that it does seem like could be involved. You know, you don't want to alert them, because if they would have came out and talked about that 40 caliber bullet, you know, from the beginning, he would have ditched that gun right away.
Well, that's the argument they made in court yesterday, and we'll see whether the judge supports that or not as far as keeping the affidavit secret.
What's up, Eric?
At some point, it's going to be made public. Obviously, when he goes to trial, whenever that might be. As far as how the case has proceeded so far, you're right. It's been very unusual. The arrest was on Friday. The initial appearance, I don't think, was in public until Monday, several days later. It's just a lot of strange circumstances surrounding this case.
You know, when this case first happened, it gained national attention. There's been a lot of focus on it. It's been years. Some people wondered if anything was going to come of this, and here we are now with.
Carol. Well, I mean, Richard Allen was only arrested in October.
New evidence, new information, and I'm wondering, as you have watched this progress, as somebody who's an investigator, obviously you don't know exactly what's going on, but what are you getting? What are you feeling from hearing what we're now learning about what
Blue? Good to see you.
Prosecutors may have against the suspect or suspects?
Well, that's a great question, Sylvia. And if you heard his defense attorneys yesterday after the hearing, they were pretty much dismissing the charges as being unfounded, and there was insufficient evidence to support them.
See, and that's what I was referring to. The defense was like, I didn't read anything about that. And they were confused that McClelland even brought up the fact that somebody else might be involved. Hey, what's up, Teresa? Good to see you. Oh, with the super sticker. Thank you so much. Hey, Indy. Indy Pam says, if McClelland said there are other actors, then there had better be other actors. Mistrial if not. Well, not only that, but the judge agreed with him. You know? All she needed was probable cause to arrest the man. She's not convicting him.
Now, obviously, that's a position that defense attorneys are going to take for their client in just about any case.
Looks like I'm caught up on the chat. We'll catch this one before we go on. Carol says, oh, sorry, I've just woken up. Meant, has there been something new come out on the case? What do you mean? Like brand new, like breaking news? No, not that I know.
But I hope we don't have a situation here where public pressure forced the prosecution and the police to go forward with a charge that there isn't enough evidence to support. And we're really not going to know that until the charging document is unsealed, which details the probable cause to make the arrest.
Yeah, a lot of unknowns here, but we do know the family is being walked through every step of this case by the prosecutors. Ross Rice, always fantastic to talk with you.
Prosecutor Nicholas McClelland argued that it should stay sealed. One of his main arguments was he said he had reason to believe Allen may not be the only one involved in the murders. That was information we hadn't heard before. He also argued that if an unredacted affidavit were released,
so too,
witnesses could
I'm
potentially
not 100%,
be harassed.
but I think so. I think he is as well. Now, whoever's connected or behind the scenes, yeah, and I mean, from the information that we have on the surface, and that happens to be some of Ron Logan's information, right? The probable cause. But it was written because they really expected to find what they were looking for. Now, did Ron Logan did he have prior knowledge of the crime? I don't know. Did he say, well, yeah, you guys can use my property? Now that I can't say. So this is the latest work I did on the video. Maybe we'll put it in larger. I used a layering technique. I did about, I think, 13 layers. And in each layer, I tried to bring out different parts of the image. And it came out pretty good. You get more of like a 3D image, more kind of get an idea of what the shapes are really looking like, especially there in his abdomen area. Melissa says, RA not the killer. Well, he was definitely there at the bridge. And I think he helped abduct the girls for sure. Oh, wait, that's not the one, is it? Hold on. I think I have a better one. Says this one's too big. Let me share my screen. I'll play it that way. There's no audio on this, by the way. But I can play some tunes in the background. Little Shaolin dub. Shout out to Lafayette. What's going on? His right pant leg. Yeah, I wonder if that's the blade. Yeah, it came out good, Purdue. I said, what the hell? I haven't tried this yet. I tried it a couple times and it didn't come out very well. But this one came out really good. Hey, Diamond. Diamond Eyes. Did I misunderstand? Do you guys believe Richard Allen is BG? Yeah, I think he is. I think that's what we're looking at right now. Hey, Angela. Good to see you. Yep, just like Domino's. Miss JSV says, I think they are trying to get Richard Allen to roll on TK. Yep. TK rolls on Richard. Richard rolls on TK. Rockaway says, did you cheat and mix in a photo of Dickie's face as one of the layers? No. Why would I do that? Glitter says, I wonder if his wife knew that he was at the bridge and spoke to the conservation officer. She must have at least been looking at him sideways a few times. How could you not? Yeah, early on, I'm telling you guys, a few people were on social media, and this is coming from somebody who was doing a deep dive into the Delphi case. So this isn't something that was just out there, like everybody was talking about it. But if you were doing a real deep search online through like the Reddit and all that stuff, you would find it. Somebody was out there kind of saying that. And I thought they were just talking about the sketches. They were like, oh no, the bridge guy, he came forward, he talked to law enforcement, they interviewed him. And then I'd be like, no, you're talking about the new sketch, right? How they're no longer going with the older looking sketch, the one that looks like the bridge guy. They're like, no. I'm like, whatever, you're crazy. But it's like they knew, or it was like a family member or something, just trying to come out there and trying to do their little bit of their part to kind of be like, look, this guy's been cleared. But in fact, he was the actual guy. The troll sniper. Whatever happened with the prison mate who claimed KK confessed the crime to him? I guess he's still sticking by his story. I actually got an update about that, and yeah, he's sticking to it, and apparently he's heard some more information and has some things that he actually turned over to law enforcement. So that's from what I hear. Rockaway says, what other evidence could they possibly be developing at this point that they do not already have? Richard Allen's words. I'm thinking maybe a witness, somebody that came forward. They kind of hesitated when somebody asked them about the reward. Do you remember that? Somebody asked Doug Carter about the reward, and he's like, well, that'll come out in due time. Why couldn't he just say, like, well, I don't know? Sound like maybe there's somebody that came forward who maybe played a part and maybe told them, hey, this other person was involved as well. Now they just got to back it up. Maybe this isn't like the best character witness. Yeah, it almost seems like JJ says gun is in his jacket right side. You can see the outline of it. I believe he's lefty. So it's almost like he's playing with it. It's going in his pocket or from out of the holster and then into his pocket. That's what it seems like. That thing might be a holster. And the riddles. Glitter says, no way he came home in a normal state of dress. His wife could have lots of info if she was around on the 13th when he got home. Well, from my understanding, when he spoke to the conservation officer, it was the same day. I can't verify it. It could just be some kind of miswording by this media outlet, but that's the way they wrote it. And they said they had a police source. So he may have been trying to get him in front of it, like, oh, I already came forward. This one right here, you can kind of see the weapon. Kind of see the back and then the front. So I wonder if he has it in a pocket, the jacket pocket right there. And is that like the lip of the pocket? You see it right there? Some people thought that looked like a purse, but it could just be a big pocket. And the only reason I did this is I had about 3 emails in one day where people were trying to convince me that the bridge guy was not Richard Allen. It's like, what the hell? I have that cleaned up audio as well. We can listen to that. I think I made a decision. I think it's the same person that I'm hearing on that audio. It may not be who we see on the bridge. That could be the part that makes it complex. Like, yeah, we're looking at one person on the bridge, but I'm wondering if the voice might be somebody else. Maybe they're not on the bridge at that point in time. He's doing a moonwalk. Yeah, he's too short for sure. Who's that, Sheila? Awake girly, hello. I think in the pocket of the hoodie under the jacket. Oh. No holster? Just kind of wedged in there, kind of pushing it down. Yeah, I could see that for sure. But is that a pistol? It almost looks like a hammer, huh? I don't know what the hell that thing is. Can you guys hear that audio? I don't think so. Hold on. I'm pretty sure you can't. Okay, now you should be able to hear it. Oh, wait, is this the right one? Damn it. Hold on. Okay, let me know if you can hear this now. What's up, Tech?
Gabe, snap. Where's the word shirt coming up? Gabe, snap. Where's the word shirt coming up? Gabe, snap.
Hey, bossy.
Where's the word shirt coming up? Gabe, snap. Where's the word shirt coming up? Gabe, snap. Where's the word shirt coming up? Gabe, snap. Where's the word shirt coming up? Gabe, snap.
Oh, sorry.
Where's the word shirt coming up?
Yeah, sounds like him.
Gabe, snap. Where's the word shirt coming up? Gabe, snap. Where's the word shirt coming up? Gabe, snap. Where's the word shirt coming up? Gabe, snap. Where's the word shirt coming up?
Down left.
Cable snap.
Guys.
Where's the word shirt coming up?
Down left. Guys. Down left.
All right, let's see here. Well, it looks like we're all caught up in the chat. We are running out of time, so we'll hang out for, I'd say, another 3 or 4 minutes in the chat. I want to thank everybody who was participating. We had a good show today. I felt we needed to bring some more attention over to Delphi, considering the secrecy that's involved in it, and the reason that they're saying they're keeping a lot of this information secret is they believe that there's somebody else involved. To me, that's kind of a scary thought, right? You had this person responsible, potentially, who played a part in killing 2 young girls in that community. So if you lived in that community, you may have thought, well, maybe this guy lives up the street, or maybe he works locally, but you would never in your wildest dreams expect that it was somebody just smack dab in the middle of your town. So keep that in mind while the prosecutor is trying to explain to people that they believe that there's somebody else involved. So who is this person? He could be just like Richard Allen, another neighbor, somebody that's working, maybe a teacher. They always thought the whole guys thing, somebody that works with children. I don't know. It's just a scary thought, and people don't seem to be talking about it that much. And I don't know if they don't believe or they don't trust Carroll County or they don't trust the prosecutor. But I mean, you got to take that very seriously when somebody says something like that. We believe there's others involved. So we did do the poll. What's up, Goat Dog? Good to see you. So the poll question was, what did the prosecutor mean by others could be involved? The majority of people selected law enforcement hush hush on current manhunt. And that was a thought that kind of popped in my head this morning after listening to what the FBI, former FBI was saying to all the mainstream media. They kept saying, well, they could be hunting for somebody right now. They don't want to alert this person. And that reminded me of the Idaho murders. Oh, this is a targeted event or this and that. And the whole time FBI is tracking this guy. They're running DNA. They're zeroing in on the suspect. So let's hope the same in this case. Second question was unknown DNA found at the scene. That would have been my selection. I think they might have a fingerprint there that doesn't belong to anybody that they know of, including Richard Allen. But it's in a place that would make them seem like, yeah, this guy's definitely involved. And then fourth was someone other than KK came forward, and then guilty after the fact, like friend, family, neighbor, kind of helped him hide the evidence, kind of covered things up. Hey, what's up, Tom? Thanks for the super chat. I still hear KK and down the hill. I mean, I hear the similarities, but I always, I'm chopping it up now to region. You kind of hear Ron Logan, you kind of hear KK, you kind of hear Richard Allen. And what do they all have in common? They're all from that area. All right, guys. So I want to thank you for hanging out with me. If you're part of the replay crew, what's up? Leave a comment if you want to, and we'll try to get back to you on the conversation. We're going to close her out. Make sure you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out. What's up, Dave? Yeah, thanks for hanging out, D. I know I can count on you guys, when I get into some of these cases and second opinion is always the best way to go about things. Just run it by the sleuth crew. See what you guys say. Because you'll tell me the truth. You'll be like, I don't know, man. It's kind of far-fetched. So I appreciate that. Good to see you, Purdue. I hope everything's going real well. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Hey, go. Carroll County is very split politically, and there's a lot of rumors being spread, and I don't think they'll ever heal fully. Yeah, might take a couple generations. Or if they can get a slam dunk on this one, that might help. What's up, Tax? Hey, Boston. Yeah, Tom N, I agree, says, I thought Idaho did a badass job. Indiana needs to take notes. Yeah, and maybe they did. You know, that reminds me, that was what I was thinking when they started talking about how they were running all the vehicles and all the different variations and getting all these search warrants for somebody who could have possibly be lurking in that area. Like, you wonder, did law enforcement do anything like that? Did they check who was lurking around the bridge, you know, the days in advance? Because we know a couple people that were doing that. Thank you, Eric's Plot Coupon. I appreciate it. I love the channel. Keep it up. Have you ever covered Amy Milojevic? I saw that one coming. Milojevic. No. But if you send me a really nice email, I guarantee I will. That's something I do in the morning is I go through all my emails. Because I got to go through work stuff anyway. And how much I work is up to me. Thank you, Glitter. Thank you guys for hanging out. Yeah, I think so, Lynn. They might already be looking for somebody. They might be out. They might be. This guy might be on the run. You know, he could be. Yeah, somebody they're looking for. Thanks, guys. I will see you soon. Members, don't forget tomorrow. Keep a lookout. There will be a members meeting. Should be a good one. We got about 2 hours to hang out. So I'll see you then. Everybody else, thank you so much. Peace.